You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. It is the best day of the week because you already know it's recording day. I'm Amber.
And I'm Colby. I'm over here struggling, like all my stuff is falling, but I just got myself situated. So hey y'all, I'm Colby. Yes, this is the best day of the week. I'm very, very happy to be here. We have a really fun episode.
We sure do.
Because it's Icks Part 2.
We're bringing it back, baby.
We're bringing it back, except this one's going to be even more interesting because it's the men's perspective.
Yes.
So we will be back. We said this last episode, but it's the truth with our regularly scheduled book club episode.
Yes.
But let's talk about it.
Please.
So like we said, we picked the longest book in the history of the earth, Haunting Adeline. We're getting there.
We are getting there, and I'm trying.
It's not that it's not an enjoyable book.
Right, it's super interesting, but
Yeah, it is.
I'm falling asleep. I think you said the same thing.
Yeah. Every single night when I'm reading it, I'm waking up like in the jump scare, wiping my drool because I'm
Yeah.
falling asleep reading it on my Kindle.
Yeah.
But I'm making waves on it, and I know you are too, so I'm thinking by next week we'll be done.
I'm trying.
Yes.
I'm really trying. But I think I said this on our social media page the other day on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That it feels like I'm reading for so long, and then I check my percentage on my Kindle and it's like 25% done. I'm like, what? I've been reading for 4 hours.
Well, I've literally been reading for 4 hours. That's how I feel too. It's just not moving.
It's not.
It's just, and I've seen the hard copy of it. My
Yeah.
sister-in-law gave it to me, and it's ginormous. So it's not just us.
It is massive.
It is, but it's really good. So we're getting there. I know a couple of people have finished it, and my nanny actually finished it and said she immediately had to jump into the second book
one?
because it was so good.
Okay,
so,
well, that's a good sign.
Yes. So we will get there.
And I do think the discussion is going to be top tier
Oh.
on this book, but
100%. It's going to be
you
interesting.
girls got to just finish the freaking thing already.
Finish it. We will. We'll get there.
We will.
So in the meantime, we're doing this little mini episode about Men's Icks Part 2.
Absolutely.
And we're going to catch up on all the things before, since this has been a while since we've done that. So we're going to jump into our recaps, our good news, all the things that we want to talk about, and then we'll get into Men's Icks.
Sounds perfect.
So if you're eager to hear the Men's Icks, we will put the timestamp in the show notes, but stick around.
Hang out with us.
We have a lot to say.
We have lots to catch up on.
Okay, so let's jump into recap. What have you been doing the last, what is it, like maybe 2 weeks since we've had like a full recap?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
hear it.
Okay, so I've been doing really well.
Good.
The biggest thing is just learning how to balance my new schedule with instructional coaching, podcasting, and now Pilates,
Yes.
which if you didn't hear our podcast episode, Podcast of Pilates, make sure you go listen to that. But I must say that this first week has been absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it actually worked out way better than I could have imagined.
Like incorporating Pilates into your schedule.
Like, I thought it was going to be not too much at all, but I just thought
Mm-hmm.
I'd be more overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It is such a high teaching the classes.
Yeah.
So it's like exciting getting to work with all of y'all at work, and then we podcast together and then teaching the classes. It's just so fun. So
Yeah.
that's really kind of been all I've been up to. What about you?
So
What's been up?
similar to that, like just been finding the balance of getting back to work, getting back in the swing of
for
things,
sure.
with getting in the first, we've now done 2 weeks of school, two
Yep.
full weeks of being in middle school educators.
Yep.
So hold on, let me pause this because I don't know if my microphone is working. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, we finished 2 full weeks of middle school, so I've been finding the balance of getting back to work, like all the bedtime things with the kids, finding what's going to work for us in the mornings, getting them both to daycare and school, then getting us there. So it's a big transition going from summer
Definitely.
to school,
Yep.
but it's been really, really fun. Like, I've been enjoying
Good.
being back at work. Like,
and that's so important to just like enjoy your life.
yes,
You know?
it's so important.
It's so important to romanticize the little things, like dropping your
It's-
kids off at daycare.
It's so true.
Romanticizing that process.
And it's easy to forget that, like, and then get, like, so caught up in the rut and be like, oh, I'm so stressed. Like, I have to get here at this time and I have to get the kids dressed. But I have been really trying to romanticize that because it's important, or else you'll just feel, like, bogged down by just, like, the menial everyday things. So I'm trying to find the joy in it.
Good. I love that.
Speaking of, like, finding the joy in it, before we came here, me and Matt spent the whole day rearranging both kids' rooms. So we combined them. So they're going to be like, get the full brother experience and share a room. It's so cute.
Stop. That's
Yes.
so sweet. Is
I know.
Matthew excited?
So excited. Like, he thinks that he is, like, in charge of his little brother. Like, his little brother's going to sleep in his room. And so we made the, like, one room, just the room for them to sleep.
Yeah.
And the other room, a big, giant playroom.
Oh, that's so fun.
I know. So I'm really excited about that. Plus, it's, like, more functional for them to play. And then, like, then I only have to clean one room.
Right. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Definitely.
So anyway, that was a little side note, but that made me happy, so I wanted to tell you that I did
No,
that.
I love that that made you happy.
It did.
And speaking of making happy,
Yes.
making you happy.
Yes.
Do you have any good news?
Okay, my good news is that my birthday is next week,
Ooh.
this Thursday? Yeah, the 24th.
Oh
And
my
I'm going to be
goodness.
27.
Ooh.
And I really love the late 20s phase of my life so far.
100%.
You too?
100%. The best phase of life to be in is the late 20s.
It really is, and that's my good news because something happened to me at like 25 maybe, where I felt like I hit this like mental, like, I don't know, awakening. Like, I just kind of, my mindset changed, me as a person changed, and I feel like each year it gets more and more as far as like growth and like the way I think, the decisions I make, the people I keep around me. So like hitting 27 is like making me feel excited.
Oh, for sure. And then I had 25, I had one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another one at 27.
Really?
Yeah. So within the past like 2 years, I feel like I've really found out, and I think it's a continual thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're always on this journey of like, who am I? You know. But I feel
What's
like
the purpose?
Right. But I feel like 27 to 29 for me was another big jump.
Oh.
Like, trying to be my true authentic self and not worrying about what people think really happened between 27 and 29.
Yep. And my mom has always told me that too. She's like, she also said something really happens at 30. So we'll see when we get there.
I'll let you know.
It's approaching.
It is quickly approaching.
It is.
I'm gonna have like 7 months. Not even.
Wait, really?
January.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize it was that close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like we're in the late stretch of the 20s.
Thick of it. This is my last couple months of my 20s, so.
That's beautiful.
It is.
All right, what's your good news?
Okay, so you have your birthday coming up. That's so exciting.
Yes.
I am lucky enough to have 2 back-to-back beach trips coming up.
Really?
Yeah, so this weekend I'm coming up, I'm going on a bachelorette trip, and then weekend after that is like an annual Labor Day trip, so.
You are so busy right now.
Okay, seriously, this part of life, like, I really don't stop. There's just something
you really
constantly happening.
Yes, and you don't even have children yet. Wait till you would add that to the mix.
I'm hoping that once children come about, I'll probably put the brakes on some things.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
Well, yeah, literally.
I literally will have to.
No, because
there's
like,
no way to do it all.
When you become a mom, like, that's literally it. You're a mother.
Top priority. You're a mother.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I have kids now. I can't do shit. You can't go to Walmart. It's like without making like elaborate plans.
It's a plan. I know, but
so worth it though.
Yeah, I try to put myself into the mindset of like, I'm so lucky I get to do this. Not like, oh, I have to do this. It's like
exactly.
an abundant mindset. That's what I try to do, because sometimes I'll make myself very stressed out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's like inevitable too, and like it's gonna happen. But especially like you said, right now we both have like so much in this phase going on. So let's just try to keep these good vibes going.
Let's keep these good vibes going
and stay positive.
All the
time. We're just happy all the time.
All the time.
We're kidding, people. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, totally kidding.
Okay, so we did good news. We did recaps.
I'm excited for this next part.
Me too. So let's do like our normal TV show updates, pop culture updates. Maybe let's start with TV. Have you been watching anything that you need to tell the people?
So I have been watching a lot of throwback TV.
Interesting.
So I'm talking Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, wow. I never did watch that.
Okay, so I would watch, like, I think it was like 98 that it came out.
Okay.
So I was still like,
You was a little
I
babe.
was young.
You were like a fetus.
I was like 4. But I can remember watching like reruns.
Yeah.
But I just remember always knowing what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I had it on last night, and Josh was like, "What are you watching?"
Does it hold up? Like, is it one of those that is still good, or it's like, oh?
It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
It is good,
Mhm.
but it's definitely like, oh god. I mean, it's in the 90s
Mm-hmm.
graphics and
Right,
you know,
yeah.
makeup. So
Yeah.
and then I had on Beverly Hills 90210 for a hot
Love
second.
that.
And so that's kind of where I was. And we are 3 episodes away from finishing Love Island.
Oh, you're
So
really getting there.
We're really getting close.
You're in the thick of it, babes, of Love Island.
Babe. But that's really all that I've been watching on TV. What about you?
Okay, so the summer I turned pretty. I'm just gonna give my little recap here because I know you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's number 1 on your content plate yet, but I know you will get to it.
I will get to it for
Yes.
sure.
It's just not there yet. I think I am gonna have to read the 3rd book now because there's there's 3 books. They just finished the 2nd season. There's a 3rd book, but you know there's that crazy writer's strike happening right now.
Yes.
So Jenny Han, who is the author of the book, she also wrote you know those like little cutesy Netflix movies like To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Yes.
She's the author of those books
I didn't
too.
realize that.
Yes, I didn't either until recently. So she wrote
That's
those
sweet.
books. So I like follow her, and she said that season 3 is in the works, but like writer strike, so she doesn't know when it's gonna come out. So I'm like, well,
So interesting.
I have to find out what happens. So I am gonna read the 3rd book. So I will
Okay.
be recapping that on the pod for everybody.
Okay, good.
So-
She'll probably be recapping that for me as well.
Yes, because I'm obsessed, and I know I mentioned I was obsessed with it before. And I just finished the 2nd season, like literally today. I had it in my AirPod, watching it on my phone, had to finish. I'm not okay because it's one of those obsessions, and I'm sure you've had one of these too, where it, like literally consumed me. Like all I could think about, I need to be
Oh.
Belly. I need to be the main character. I am her.
Absolutely.
Like I am in a struggle right now for which brother I'm gonna choose. I'm in love with them both.
We love having to choose between the brothers.
The brothers trope. It was just like so good. It was so like cheesy, but not like the show. I can imagine that the books are really cheesy, but the show did a good job of like making it
not as
exa-
cheesy.
exactly. So it was just really good. It was like emotional.
Yeah.
I'm like in love with 2 different fictional characters. I have to tell myself when I get these obsessions, it's literally not real.
Right.
Stop it. Do
That's
you
how
get
it
like
was
that
with
too?
The Ravenhood series.
Yes. It's
That's like the best. That's like the only thing I can think of to compare it to.
yeah, because you're so immersed in it that you feel like it's part of your life, and you have to go, wait, this isn't real.
Yeah.
These characters aren't real. The actors and actresses who play them, they're playing a part. So when I tell myself that, I could be like, okay,
You have to like
you have to let it go.
take yourself out of that
Yeah,
moment.
zoom out.
Zoom out.
And say you're being crazy. Because I was like literally like ignoring the children today. Like I had the AirPod in, I'm like, shut up.
I have to see what my men are up to.
Yeah, like
How old are they in the show?
Okay, they're like one of the boys just went to college. They're like seniors in
Okay.
high school.
I was gonna say, does that ever freak you out?
It freaks me out. That's kind of like Euphoria, which Euphoria is like way more X-rated. But it's like we're watching these. They're supposed to be children. Like that's
Right.
really fucking weird
Extremely.
because they don't look like children and they don't act like
No.
children. But
But that's how I was. Who's your boy from Outer Banks?
oh,
Like the main character.
yeah.
I was like, oh, he's so cute.
Chase,
and then
Chase Stokes. That's
thank
his
you.
name.
I was
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And then I was like, bitch, he's playing a high schooler.
Yeah, he's
so I had
supposed
to
to be like 17.
right. So I had to like Google his age in real life to
Yeah.
be like, okay, he's literally not a kid. It's
I-
okay for you to think he's cute.
Exactly. And I have done that with the characters. I'm like, how old are these people? And they're like 21 and up.
Okay.
But it is weird to have such an obsession with the teeny boppers. But I do. It's not just me, though. It's like a huge phenomenon.
I was about to say, this is all over, and
Yes.
I want to be able to understand
Yeah, I know you're going to watch it
the
eventually.
teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're going to watch it.
I'll get there.
And I need to know which team you are. So when you get there, you let me know. But for my fellow listeners, I'm Team Jeremiah. I said this last time. And I think this 2nd season, like, really made a switch on on how people view the team that I'm on. I think people understand my side now, so I
Gotcha.
feel vindicated.
So you were like ahead of the trend.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm here for that.
I knew first.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. Okay, so I think that's it for me. That's all I was really watching. I've just been obsessed with Summer Term Birdie. But it's done now.
To get there.
It's done now. So on to the next obsession. I just
On
don't know what
to
it
the
is yet.
next. Okay, well, speaking of obsessions, Brittney Spears.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, so clearly, like, she's been all over social media, especially with like the Free Britney movement. But
Leave Brittany alone.
But because of her conservatorship, she's always just kind of like, I mean, she's a star.
Literally.
But her and her husband are getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts on that, or can we just like jump into Britney Spears for a second?
Yeah, let's jump into Britney Spears as an entity, because obviously she's like the queen of all queens of pop.
Right, like we love her.
Love her, stand her. And then she went through this crazy phase where like could have swore she was dead, didn't know what was going on with Britney. And then we find out she's in this conservatorship for like all these years, and then the Free Britney movement happened, and like apparently she's free of the conservatorship, but then like there's the whole Instagram of it all, which like
what is that?
What is the Instagram?
Okay. I'm gonna just ask.
Ask me.
Do you think she's alive or you think she's dead?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Here's the thing though, and you might be like me too.
Okay.
I am kind of one of those people that like, I love conspiracy theories. I'll jump really far into them.
Yes.
And I'm pretty gullible. Like, I could see a video going one way, and I'm like, oh, she's dead. She's literally in the ground.
It's just so hard for me. Now, look, I can't imagine what she's been through in her life. And
yes, not to make a mockery of it. Like, we know.
Right. Like, I can imagine that's, like, very detrimental to your mental health.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even imagine.
To be under that spotlight.
Right. But it's very hard for me to believe that the Britney on Instagram is Britney Spears.
I know. She is not okay on Instagram.
No. And, like, the video she posted today.
I didn't see. What is it?
She's, like, laying on her bed with, like, her boobs in her hand. Like, laying on her bed, like, pushing her boobs up.
They just get weirder.
Well, it's very, I just am like, this is, I don't know. It's just,
what is it? Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
So bizarre. And her name on her Instagram was like Maria Red.
What?
Maria Red something.
Okay, if she is alive and that is her, she's clearly not well. Like, and who knows from what has happened to this poor lady throughout her lifetime.
Right, like, I feel bad. Like, this is not to make fun, but I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a very tragic story, and like I don't know if we'll ever know the truth. It's one of those things that like
I don't think
we might die never knowing. Kind of like who killed John Benet Ramsey. Like we'll just never know.
We'll never know.
I would love to know, but I don't know. Poor Britney. And as far as like her divorce, I would just wonder what were Sam. It wasn't his name, Sam. Intentions the whole time. It's just like she just got out of this, and now she's what? Does she have to pay him whatever? And
yeah, like I do think there was probably ulterior motives behind that.
I'm sure. Sorry, Brittany.
We
feel
love
for
you.
Brittany.
Wherever the real Britney is.
We love you, and it's also like the Avril Lavigne thing too. Like, remember the conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne is dead? And I've dove deep into that one on YouTube, and I'm like, she's dead. Like,
she's dead.
There's lots of evidence to back that up. But then like people who listen are probably like, y'all sound so dumb because like I don't know.
Look it up.
Look it up, people.
Seriously, do your own research.
Yeah,
unless you're not even like.
Who cares?
A conspiracy theory at all.
Well, we went through our conspiracy theory phase, like, what,
Hardcore.
2 years ago?
Yeah, like during COVID.
We were not okay. We, like, had this whole group text where we were just like, nothing is real.
No, really. Nothing was real. Everything was, like, a facade.
Yeah, we had to come out of that because I was, like, starting to get freaked out.
Yeah, that was hurting our mental health. Cause,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you have to let go of those theories and just be like, okay, I got to focus on what is real. And Brittany, I don't know if she's real. I don't know.
Do your research.
What's next?
Raquel.
Oh, Raquel.
On Bethany Frankel's podcast.
Yes. Okay, well, we talked a lot about SCANDOVAL.
Yes.
So for people listening, if you've heard previous episodes, you know we were like deeply immersed in the Bravo show. What is it called?
Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Rules. And
I was ready to jump in.
And the scandal that happened in Vanderpump Rules. And then so we got all into the Tom and Raquel of it all. And Raquel like disappeared. and she finally spoke on Bethany Frankel's podcast. So we both listened. I know you have like a couple minutes
I have
left
12
of it.
minutes left, but I think like I've gotten the biggest gist
the
of what
biggest
she's gonna say.
So what are your initial thoughts on what Raquel/Rachel had to say?
Okay, I actually found it interesting. Part one, I was like, okay, I'm done. But once they started, they, as in Bethany, started talking about the reunion.
Yeah.
Okay, my ears peaked up a little bit because it was kind of crazy what they were telling her. And like Bethany went on and she got the notes, the transcripts, and was rereading everything that the cast members were telling Raquel. She was like saying it, repeating it to her again. And she was saying that she had a therapist kind of like going over it, and that what Raquel went through was abuse. It wasn't punishment. So it was like this small thing over like what is abuse versus like what is punishment. Like punishment for what Raquel did would have been like, okay, you're not our friend anymore.
Right.
Moving on.
Understandably so.
Right. And like what she went through was like this mental abuse type of thing. And I'm not gonna lie, like that had me like, damn, not saying I'm on Raquel's side at all, but and seeing it from the whole like how they want to make Tom an executive producer now.
Right.
And this was all like money. Okay, I can see that.
Me too. I agree with all of that. So the whole scandal was, and I'm sure everybody knows, but that Raquel, Tom, and Ariana were like in this friendship. Ariana and Tom were basically married. They were in a 9-year relationship.
Right.
Raquel was sleeping with Tom for 7 months, and then you watch the season back, no one knows, and Raquel her behavior really was erotic and crazy.
It was.
So like the first half of the Bethany and Raquel interview, I was like eye rolling because it was still kind of with the victim thing with Raquel, because she was like, well, me and Ariana weren't really best friends and blah, blah, blah. And like Tom had a big part too, which he did.
He did.
And whether her and Ariana were best friends or not, the fact that she was sleeping with somebody who was in a relationship and then lying to everyone around her for like 7 months makes it is actually insane. And she like takes accountability, but then she kind of always like reels it back in. So I was like, all right, I roll Raquel, like you still did what you did, and like
correct.
But after what she went through on the reunion and hearing Bethany reread what the cast members were telling Raquel at the reunion, I was like, wow, that is kind of like abusive. And I'm part of the problem, because when I watched the reunion, I was like, get that bitch.
Okay, but like also like that was part of the fun of watching the reunion
Exactly.
show. Like, and that sounds so terrible.
And it is reality TV.
But
like,
I think
it's meant to be that
right.
way.
And I think when you take it out of that context and you're like, okay, as a human, like this is what she really went through. Like she wasn't just playing a character. Like
right. It was her real life.
It was her real life. That's when I was like,
yes.
damn.
And she is a human. She's not the devil.
Right. Like she fucked up. Yes.
Yes. And she had an affair, and she was a crazy manipulative liar.
Yes.
And like her personality was so erotic and insane. But when Bethany read the transcript back and the words Ariana told her, you are nothing, you are nobody,
yes. You are subhuman.
Subhuman. She was like, you're worthless. I wish nothing but the absolute worst on you. Basically telling her to kill herself. She was like, literally die.
Yes.
And after hearing that, I was like, there is a difference between punishment and verbal abuse. And
that was like my biggest takeaway, was like, damn, abuse versus punishment. Like,
and the fact how sick it is that they did not offer her the same amount of money to come back as they did Tom.
And she made everyone money.
Exactly. Yeah, because of the scandal that she was part of, that whole cast like profited so much in making fun of it. Profited off of Raquel's name. Yeah. And so if I was Raquel, I'd be like, I'm not coming back unless y'all give me $5 million an episode.
Right.
And they should give her that, like, for her own mental health, to put her back in that situation. And the fact that they said no to her, and they were going to give Tom, who was even more of the problem than Raquel, because Tom was really the one who had something to owe his partner.
Right.
And so he gets rewarded, and she just gets completely smashed.
Exactly. And I think, like, going back to Tom being offered an executive producer position for this upcoming season based on performance makes me feel like this was, like, he had it premeditated. He, like, preyed on Raquel, knowing she was, I'm not, like, taking up for what she did, but clearly, like, she had some kind of issue
and
with,
she
like,
even says this. Yeah, she says
like,
that.
She even was like, if I didn't get caught, like, it probably would have still been going on because, like,
Right.
basically that kind of, like, gave her a rush.
Yeah, and I do think it would be good if because she mentioned she would start her own podcast and like talk about what she went through and what she learned.
Yeah.
I do think that would be really interesting because, like you said, she is still a human.
Yeah.
And she says that she did a lot of self-work, and like the reason why she partook in this scandalous affair was because she had real issues, like
Right.
with seeking validation from the rush of it all, from the
Yes.
adrenaline she got from being with someone who is unavailable, and like the secrecy and the lying.
Yes.
There are a lot of people
Exactly.
out there
There are.
who feel that way, and I'm sure deeply regret it, deeply hate that, but it's like who they are.
Yep.
And so I think she has an interesting perspective to share. Still feel like what she did was wrong. Still had a lot of fun watching.
I agree with that all with that.
We were cracking up laughing at the reunion when when Ariana just like, she's wailing on her and she's like, "You're ugly." They just called her
I know,
ugly like for
just,
no
like-
reason. It's terrible. It really
I
is.
know.
It really is terrible. But I will be watching the next season to see what
I
is
will
said.
too.
But now that I know things like behind the scene, I do eye roll a lot more at it because like who knows what is real, what's fake, and like what's for money.
It's all for money.
Yeah, it's reality
All for
TV.
money. Yep.
And good for Raquel that she's not going to go back.
Yeah, she says she's not going back, so we'll see.
Unless she gets paid. And I would do it too for a check.
I mean, she kind of said that. She was like, if I got paid, I would.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like they're interested in paying her.
No, I don't think so, which they're kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's a wrap on Raquel.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
so
good.
much that had needed to be said.
Yes, yeah, and I've been wanting to recap and like put a bow on the SCANDOVAL of it all.
Yes, and now we're like, stamp it, move on.
Let's move on. Okay, there's one more thing that I wanted to say.
Yes.
And that was just the fact that Taylor Swift is coming to New Orleans.
Yes.
She extended the Eras tour. I'm saying this because we did talk a lot about like how sad it was that her Eras tour wasn't coming here. It was like a impossible chance to go. It still feels a little impossible, but I'm going to be delusional. Delulu, and I will be there. There's no way on this God's beautiful earth that Taylor Swift's gonna come to New Orleans and like I'm not gonna go.
I hear you.
I
hear you.
I will make it in there. I will literally hide in someone's purse. Like I will be there.
Baby, you ain't getting in a purse. You know they check. You gotta
That's
get
so
that clear
true.
bag.
Bitch, I will be a security. I'll hire.
Okay, now that if they need like volunteer security,
I volunteer as tribute.
I volunteer as tribute.
The three fingers.
I don't even think that's the right sound.
It is. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I love Hunger Games so much.
Hunger Games.
So
Oh,
much.
nice.
Oh my god. Anyway,
All right,
we
Katniss.
manifest. I love you, Katniss. We manifested Taylor Swift coming to New Orleans because I was like, she's gonna come down here. She probably heard our podcast, honestly.
I think that's exactly what happened.
I think so too.
Tell her people to reach out to our people.
Exactly. She was like, wait a minute. There's these two girls in New Orleans
said
named
it.
Amber and Colby. They have the Open Books podcast. They had him a Joe. I love them. We need to go to New Orleans. That's what happened.
Duh.
Clearly.
Clearly.
So you're hearing it here. I'm putting it out into the world. I will be there.
Even though I'm on the wait list.
I'm waitlisted
I'm
like a
waitlisted
motherfucker.
like a mug.
And I know like nobody who is going yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
We are going to be there.
Yes. All right. I think that was it for the recap.
Is it time to get into the icks?
Yes, after we talk their heads off. All right, so here are the men's icks. These are going to hurt.
I'm laughing already.
Me too. These are going to hurt. These came directly from the mouths of the men.
The men have spoken, ladies.
They have spoken. They didn't hold back. And I'm glad they didn't. Because we kind of ragged on the men in our ick episode.
We did.
And I think we can take what we dish.
They put on their skinny jeans and
and
their flip-flops.
and their white beaters.
And they came for us.
Yes, with their below-the-knee shorts. All right, I'll just start it off with the first
Go
one,
for it.
which is when my wife won't let me go fishing.
Aw.
And that's a personal attack on me from Matt. When I asked him his ick, that's what he sent me.
When my wife won't let me go fishing. That's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, number one that was sent to me was girls that are lazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hurtful.
It is. And I was like, I'm going to leave it just because.
Yeah. No, there's a lot in here that I was like, I probably shouldn't say this, but I was like, you know what? The men sent it.
Yeah.
And they want to be heard.
I also think us women will have a better attitude about laughing it off.
Oh, definitely. Because we are these icks. Like, almost every single one of these, I'm like,
you're
this
going to tell me
literally-
I am lazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
okay, next.
I'm still beautiful next.
Next.
So, I might have some repeats because one of mine is girls with no ambition. Ick.
Ick.
From the men. Okay. Next one for me. When a girl says bro, like, nah, that one's for the fellas. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
All right, bro.
I'll take it.
I'll take that.
All right, bro.
Do I just say it?
Just say it.
Girls that are easy.
Wait, do you want to know my next one?
What?
Which is when girls act like whores.
Oh my gosh.
Someone literally said
Let
that.
them live.
Someone said that. When girls act
Yeah.
like whores, and I'm like, okay, that's your ick. Like,
We're putting it.
yeah, I still
Okay.
support the host, but
Yeah. Do you, baby.
Okay, what's your next one?
When girls have bangs.
Oh wow, see,
That's like a personal
Yeah,
preference. Like
it's-
that, yeah.
icks are personal.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that being an
Right.
ick. It's not for me, but I could see it.
Right.
Okay, when girls don't know military time. I'm guilty. I'm
I was
so
gonna say,
guilty.
who said that? But this is anonymous.
It's anonymous, but I'll say it, my stepbrother.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, did Josh send that one in?
No.
Because he does all his stuff in military time.
So does Matt, and he's always, I'm like, what time is it? What time is it? He's like, it's 18:50. I'm like, stop
Come
it.
on.
I didn't ask to do math.
It's
Just tell me.
15:30.
Right.
I'm like, no.
And then he'll say it like, it's 8:30. Like, come on. I'm like, no, just tell me. I wasn't raised this way. Like, I'm not in the military.
That is
I
hilarious.
want to do math.
Okay. When girls talk too much about their exes.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That is such a good one. I'm sure girls are so guilty of that.
Yeah.
Okay. When my wife is always on her phone. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's fair.
Fair enough.
That one's fair enough. When girls post their Venmo or Cash App on their birthday.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
That one made me giggle.
That is funny. Don't do that. Okay. People driving slow in the left lane of traffic. That's definitely a
Okay.
man thing to be like
That's
annoyed
a-
about.
yeah.
I mean, I get annoyed at that sometimes too, but
Yeah.
the men are like, move over.
The road rage happens.
Yeah, all that masculinity.
Hair in the bathroom after getting ready. Make it go away.
Oh my God.
I think that one goes hand in hand with like hair in the shower.
Yeah.
Cause like I ain't gonna lie, sometimes not sometimes my hair
All the time. Yeah, for
you
me.
know, falls out, and then sometimes I do the little
Yeah.
swirly.
The swirl it on the wall.
shower head wall.
And then you leave
and
it.
then I try to like clump it away
Yeah.
and then throw it away. But let's be real, most times I
Yeah.
don't.
There's hair all over my bathroom. Like, it's everywhere.
And you can't help it.
And we can say the same for when men shave and they leave all those little tiny little
Oh.
pieces of hair in the sink.
In the sink.
Just pick it up. Literally, just take some water and wipe it down the drain.
Yeah, Josh has been doing better with that. I also
Really?
bought him like one of those. It's like the suction cups onto the
What?
mirror,
And it catches
it. He ties it around his neck,
Need to get that
and
from
it
Matt.
just the shavings go into it.
Wow, what a good invention. No, Matt's
Yeah.
is still literally everywhere, and I'm always cleaning them up. So that goes hand in hand. Okay. My next one is when we drive and my wife screams at everything in the passenger seat because she thinks we're about to get hit. I do that too.
I was gonna say, my biggest is like,
Yeah, and then they get so annoyed. They're like, "What?" That thing was-
always.
Yeah, me too. I can imagine that it's so aggravating.
Oh my gosh, it would drive me crazy, but I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, when a girl wears too much makeup and it looks like another person. Ouch.
Ow.
Ouch.
I feel like
That hurt a lot of us.
Guilty.
Guilty. The
I
men
like-
don't get it, and they don't have to.
Yeah,
And-
that's fine.
It's fine. You're entitled to feel that way, but I'm gonna still wear a lot
I'm
of makeup.
still gonna wear my makeup. Fake lips.
Okay, this is another personal one.
It's a preference thing.
Yeah, girls are still gonna get their fake lips. Let them live.
Let them live.
Basically, this whole episode is just like, shut up to the men.
Let them live. That's our response to everything. Let them live.
Okay, when a girl uses steak sauce for a steak that I made at home, maybe your steak just tastes like shit.
To be fair, I always like a little A1 or Heinz 57.
Me too.
Like the steak could be delicious and I still want to dip it in something.
Yes, but like I guess if it's a first date, you can at least pretend, girl. Just, I guess.
Mmm.
So good. You're
Delicious.
such a good cook.
You're such a chef. Okay. Girls who act like they are of a higher status than everyone else.
Ooh,
Side note.
bitch. Relax. That's a good one. When a girl bites their nails and spits out the nail. That's also me. That really is also me. And, like, I just have to try to remember to gather them. Like, to
After
gather
you spit them out.
Do you bite your nails?
I do.
I do too sometimes.
Yeah. If they're done, I
You're
won't.
usually good at getting your nails done, though.
Yeah, I do try to stay consistent with them.
Yeah, I'm not somebody who gets my nails done all the time, so I do have to clip them or, like,
Yeah.
bite them. I'm sorry. I know
Yeah.
that is kind of icky.
I find that I do it more when I'm, like, anxious, though.
Yeah.
It's like an anxious tick.
I think a lot of people do that.
Bowl piercings.
Bowl?
Bowl.
Oh,
I think
bowl.
it's like the nose piercing in the center.
Yeah, that's also
That's a preference thing.
personal.
Yeah.
Um,
Because some people might love that.
yeah, I don't know. That would, like, bother me in my nose. I feel like I'd always
I
be,
do
like,
think
sniffing.
they're cute, though. I'm not
Me
gonna
too.
lie. Like,
But
if you have that cute certain... Like,
If
you
you-
have to have a certain look to pull that off.
You do. The perfect nose for it.
Yes.
I feel like it would make me always want to sniff, but I guess you would get used to it, just like
Yeah.
anything else, like on your face. You just
Yeah,
get
I
used
think
to
they're
it.
cute. I put a fake one in once for voodoo.
I think I remember that. I think I remember seeing
I
pictures
thought
of
it
that.
was so cute. I was like, I'm gonna get it.
Living your best life with the bowl piercing.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is when people read stuff out loud. I hate that. We said that I think
Okay.
on our last episode.
Yeah.
Like, or wait, read stuff out loud?
So, like, if I'm reading the menu, I'm like, oh, hamburger with fries. Like, that's gonna drive you someone crazy?
That's funny.
Is that right?
I think so, yeah. I could see that being an ick, like, whisper.
Or, like, you're at the grocery store.
Reading the labels.
Right, you can't read out loud. That's funny. This one, horse girls.
Horse girls.
So I don't know if it's like if you're an equestrian or if you like are a horse girl.
Or a horse girl, like,
and you like run around acting
cosplay
like
as a horse. Yeah, like that. Never mind. I was gonna say there's always that one girl in high school who, like, acts like a horse or, like, some kind of animal. She's like going in the hallways.
My stomach hurts.
Or, to be fair, like, if someone just enjoys horseback riding, that's an ick for you.
Right, that's where I was going.
That's kind of crazy.
you can't like horses.
Can't have a hobby. Jeez,
Can't have any fun around here.
God, men are so judgy.
Okay.
Okay, this one says, when my wife asks me the same question 50 times in a row.
Then just answer it
Yeah.
or do what she wants you to do.
100%.
Like, it's so easy to solve that problem.
I think this is a man trying to gaslight us into thinking, like, we're being aggravating when it's like, no, just answer the fucking question.
Answer the question and do what we need you to do, and guess what?
Right.
It's over.
Right.
Like, you don't have to hear it anymore.
That is such a good point. We
Come
just
on.
stop it.
Come on.
Knock it off.
Stop. Girls that pick their nose.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, everyone picks their nose,
I was
like,
about to say.
but like, if the girl's picking it, like, in front of you, like, flicks the booger on you, like,
I
yeah,
know.
that's an
like,
ick.
are we talking about like knuckle deep
Right.
or just like a little flick?
Here and there, just a
Because
little.
like sometimes I get those little skins.
Yeah, everybody does. We just got a little wipe. But yeah, sure. If a girl is, like, all up in there, you know,
Right.
like you said, knuckle deep in the
I'm
nostril,
like, okay, I
That's
can
good.
see why that's kind of gross.
that's pretty icky.
Save it for at home.
Right. Okay. When people complain about their food orders at a restaurant, like, if it's small, just suck it up. I agree with that. For the
Yeah.
most part. For the most part. Sometimes, like, if they give you a whole wrong ass order, like,
Gotta speak up.
you'd be like, excuse me? Like, it's totally fine if you don't want to bring this back. Like, I'll pay for it.
This is my fault.
Yeah. I actually cooked this.
I gave myself the wrong order.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Bad posture.
Ooh, that
As I
hurts
sit
me.
here like a
yeah,
troll.
literally, that's me.
So.
But I can see that. Okay, when my wife can't be cold, so I come home after work to our AC set to 76 degrees.
76?
Who's doing that?
76.
That is pretty hot.
But you know what? Again,
Mm-hmm.
personal preference.
Personal preference. I do
So, you
agree
know.
with the man here, because I need it to be freezing in my house at all times.
I'm the same.
Yeah, but
I
personal
like a cold
preference.
house.
Plus, if you're like a hardworking man, you're coming in from like, being in the heat all day, working hard, and your wife's got it like a sauna in there. You're like, bitch,
Right.
turn the AC.
Yeah,
I'm
I like-
coming home.
I like a crisp
Yeah.
house.
Me too. But once again, we're on the girl side, so maybe just take your shirt off. Like,
Right, like I'm sure there's something you can do.
Right.
Put a fan on.
Right, exactly. Get an ice pack. Put it on your
Cold
neck.
shower.
Right.
Okay. A bad set of nails.
Yeah. Men are real picky about the nails, I see.
Yeah.
Because another one on here that I have was like dirty nails. Dirt under your fingernails.
So they must like really pay attention.
Yeah, this is news to me, but okay, I'm glad I
They're
know.
paying attention.
Okay. When you let pedestrians cross the street and they walk slow like they don't have a care in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it, like knees to chest,
Yeah.
baby. Move.
Come on.
Come on.
I'm standing here.
We got places to be.
I'm parked here waiting for you. Let's go.
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
When girls' makeup comes off their nose.
Oh, this one hurts me because I know that's me.
Oh, it happens to me too.
As a sunglasses freak,
Oh,
like I
yeah.
know.
Sunglasses, glasses.
Mhm.
But even just like
Mhm.
having it on all day, like if you
Yeah.
have like a little oily nose,
Yeah, and
that
I
makeup's
think
coming off.
as girls we touch our faces so much without even really
Yes.
realizing, and like you don't realize what you're like taking off or smudging, and like
I'm gonna be so hyper aware now.
me too. And now I'm just thinking about like a man looking at me or Matt looking at me and seeing like all the little smudges that I've taken off of my face, and he probably just doesn't say anything, but he's probably like, "You look so
You're
weird
like,
right now.
ew."
Stop it." Okay, I have a couple more.
Okay.
When girls have black on the bottom of their feet. And
Okay.
I know that's me sometimes too.
Okay, but I get it. Yeah,
Me
like
too.
guilty, but I get it. That is.
I get that too, especially if your feet are like on your console. Like,
Oh my gosh, it just made me think of like when we used to go out when we were younger,
Ew.
and we would walk barefoot from like
Mhm.
Red Eye back to the car.
So nasty.
I just got chills.
Oh, the things that we were walking on.
Like I know my feet were.
And like you couldn't
Black
tell
on
me
the
shit
bottom.
back then. Like my feet hurt so bad. I don't care what I'm walking on,
Oh,
taking my
yeah.
heels off. And then you're going home and probably just going in bed. That's so nasty.
My God, we were gross.
That's a fair ick.
Okay, this is the last one I have.
Okay.
Girls who post too much on social media that are not content creators. This is a
Mm.
red flag.
Oh, interesting. At us, like.
But I think we count now.
I think so too. 100%. We are content
We are
creators.
content creators now.
I think that's interesting. I don't really have a thought. Like I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah.
Because like I can see that, like a guy being like, all right, cringe, but like let her live her life.
Right, like
Once again, I get it, but I don't. All right, I have two more.
okay,
Fingernails and eyelashes that are way too long.
gotta chill.
Looking like butterflies on your eyes, like you're about to fly away.
Okay, I feel like that was directed at me because I just had my lashes
done.
and they were serving looks.
And they do serve looks. And so what if you have butterflies on your eyes?
They might have been a bit much,
But no, they weren't.
but personal preference. I
Exactly.
really like them.
Yes, me too. But I could see a
But
guy.
I get it.
I get it, but they're so wrong. And the last one is girls that just can't text normal, abbreviate every single word, like English, do you speak it?
Oh, wait, I need examples.
I know. What do you mean?
Like WYD?
Right, because I
doing?
do always say WID.
Yeah, like WID.
I say WYA, where you at?
Yeah, where you at?
IDK, always send in an IDK and LOL.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, how many abbreviations can you put in one text message for it to
Right.
be like you abbreviate too much?
Right, maybe this is like maybe this person had a very weird experience with a texter.
Had to.
Yeah, because that
For
would
it
be
to
an
be
ick.
an ick.
Because that would be an ick for me too. I'd be like, just speak normal. Like I don't know what you're trying to say. So I could see that.
Okay, whoever that is, I do need an example.
Yeah,
So please send in an example.
I will
of
tell
that
them to give us
text.
some more because yeah, I'm heavy on like WID stuff like that. Oh wait, I do see one more that's on here, which is when a girl laughs like Chanel West Coast.
Dang.
I get that too. Like relax. Sometimes girls can't help their laughs though.
Like sometimes I let out a cackle.
Yeah, me
that
too.
comes from like deep in my diaphragm.
And then
I
I'm
can't
like,
help it.
that was pretty bad.
Yeah. I do like a lot of
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do a weird ass laugh and be like, ew, why'd you do that?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right, I think that was it.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
that was fun.
I do think that was it. That was so much fun.
That was.
I knew that the guys were gonna have something to say, and they said it.
They said it,
and
and
it-
that's fine.
It's fine. I
Let me
guess.
double check.
I guess they can have a voice. I guess.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, all right. If you don't find any more, I think that was it. This was so much fun. Like we said, we promise we'll be back with Haunting Adeline.
Yes.
I'm gonna go home. No, I'm lying. I'm not gonna go home and read it tonight because I'm gonna be too tired. But I will try to read it as the days go by, and I'm gonna make some progress on it. And I really enjoy the book, so we'll get there.
Yeah.
We promise.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Sorry to the author of that book. It's not that we don't love the book. It's
Yeah.
just a long ass book.
It is. So
All right. Anything else that needs to be said?
I think that's everything.
Okay, don't forget to follow us on social media. At Instagram, we do like a lot of these interactive posts.
Yes.
So follow us there at Open Books Podcast. TikTok, we've been really on the TikTok a lot lately too. So follow us on TikTok. That's the Open Books Podcast. And go leave us a review. That helps a lot.
It does.
Tell us hello. Give us a little rating on Apple or Spotify. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Thanks
Okay.
for hanging out with us.
Love y'all.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.